Welcome to the Film Garage 208 podcast. My name is Sarah and this is Daniel.
Hello.
Hello. Today we have with us Paige.
Hi.
Yay.
Hello. We have had Paige once before, but we are doing a 1 year follow-up again. We are on a string of 1 year follow-ups, but it's been really interesting getting to hear like everyone's growth in the past year. Everyone's doing really cool things.
Right, because thank God everyone's 1 year follow-up has been good so far.
Watch mine be terrible.
Awful preface of this, actually.
I'm homeless now.
Yeah, I live out of my car.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, welcome back. It's good to have you.
It's good to be back.
I feel like a lot's happened in a year.
It really has. It's been a busy year, but like in odd ways. I mean, I picked up teaching and I had 67 students at one point. And then
that's crazy.
I stopped teaching at the end of last year and I started picking up more gigs following up to the summer. And I'm hoping to get a lot of bigger gigs this summer. But yeah, just working my butt off.
Is that teaching singing or what?
Yeah,
what is that?
I was teaching voice and guitar lessons.
Okay.
And guitar lessons.
Yeah, I was working for Snake River Strings and I
Okay.
had a big roster of students.
67. That's a lot.
At once, yeah.
Are
Is
you
that
a hot
normal?
commodity? Like, do people want
Oh, I
to
bet.
be
I was
taught
hoping
by
so.
Paige Anne? So
Yeah.
67 sounds like a really hot number.
It was a lot at one point because I would teach all of them every week.
67 kids in 1 week?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is
so
a
I would
lot.
work in Idaho Falls Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday I would just be full from like 8 a.m.
That's
to
insane.
7 p.m. in Blackfoot.
That's crazy.
What is it, like
Yeah.
8 a day? Because you don't do weekends or
No, I used to do Fridays, but then I cut that off. And that's when I had to get my caseload a little
so
bit
67 kids Monday through Thursday.
down. Yeah.
No, that's a lot. That's a
What?
full workload.
Wow.
That's crazy.
It was a lot at once, and it was throughout the summer. So I was also gigging at night. So I'd work all day, and then I'd go to gigs, and it was just a lot at once. But I was on that grind.
Was it like
so
refueling working with them or draining?
It depended on the day, because some days
Sure.
it was like, okay, yes, I love this, I love this. Other days I was like, oh, I'm not good enough to do this. Like I'm getting frustrated with a kid, and I don't know why. But
like your own imposter syndrome, or like you just couldn't like have that breakthrough. You
well, I
wanted?
feel like I'm like, oh, I never like trained to be a teacher, but it's like, wait, I've done all this stuff leading up to it. Like, why can I not share my
Yourself.
knowledge?
Yeah.
And so when I was doing it, I don't know, I get in my head and I'd be like, oh, maybe I'm not doing good enough. Like maybe that's why they're not catching like what I'm trying to tell them. Like, oh, I'm not doing good enough. But then I started to learn better ways to teach them and better ways to get into little kids' heads or kids that couldn't focus. I learned how to like cater towards them. And so it actually taught me a lot about myself and how to interact with other people.
I'm sure.
Because it was just like,
Different
I just
types
kinda
of
got thrown
patience
into it and I
all
was
of
like,
that.
okay. But yeah, I had new types of students every single week.
Yeah.
And I mean,
there wasn't like a specific training or pointers on like.
no. It was just
Yeah.
like, teach
So
them how to
Snake
sing.
River hired
Okay.
you just based off of your experience and everything. And
Yeah.
you didn't have to go through a class or anything with them. And you're just, that's a lot of pressure, low key, to like
It was.
kind of just be like thrown out into that.
And it was like Paige Anne from American Idol.
yeah.
And I was like, here I am. And I mean, I've trained for 10 years with different vocal coaches and I've had the same one since I was 8. So yeah, 10 years with that one. And then before that, I was training for about 3 years before that. And so I have a good idea, but I had like heavy metal students that wanted to come in and learn like how to scream healthily. So you want to know what? I learned how to do it. I had students that wanted to be classically trained, and I was classically trained up until I was about 11. So I still remember that from like choir and stuff. But I teach mainly pop vocals. So that was fun. It was a fun little
hear the
side quest.
Screamo class.
I can teach you right now.
How?
So you like
What's the
want,
trick?
so you need
let's
to do
get
like
it.
the vocal fry. So it's like, yep. And so men can usually do it better because their vocal cords are thicker.
Okay.
So like you'd like talk
Men.
like this. Film Garage Podcast.
Film Garage
You know, but you got to
Podcast.
get some like power
like I'm
behind
just
it.
really-
It was crazy learning how
Like
to
you
do
gotta
it.
really
True
belt it.
screaming.
I don't
Oh
know how
yeah,
to do
and
that
I don't
here.
know if we want to do
I'm
that,
not
scaring
gonna
the
do
people
that
in the
here.
studio
Yeah.
next door. You know?
Or listeners.
But maybe try it when
If
you're
they're
home.
even listening after I just did that.
Yeah. Film
They're like,
Garage
exit.
Podcast.
I'm sure you make it sound good.
Yeah. Oh no, I was not a good heavy metal singer, but I taught him how to
that's
do it
fun.
healthily, so
That's
he wasn't
fun.
gonna rip them. So
And had you ever done that before? Like a heavy metal? No.
no,
So that's
Yeah,
cool
no.
that like
No.
your students are teaching you these things.
I know it was so fun to be able to like
That is a good
research that.
point.
Yeah, it opened a lot of new doors
Yeah.
for me. I had a lot of kids that like brought me like different genres of music that I was like, I have never heard this before, but I will learn it for you. When it came to teaching guitar, I never was really that confident in my guitar skills. And so when I started teaching, I had to, really be like, okay, I need to know what I'm doing. And so it pushed me to learn new things. I would have a student bring me a song that I'm like, oh, don't even know if I could play that.
Like,
and
that's
I was
for next
but
week.
I gotta learn.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah, it filled up a lot of my time.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed like networking with all those people, meeting new students, and they were just so sweet.
Sure.
And yeah, so I finished it up in December with a Christmas concert, and I had a huge turnout. It was really fun. But
that's exciting.
Yeah, it was really fun.
That's probably cool to see them throughout the time, like get better.
Yeah, I had some students that stuck
Hopefully.
with me from like when I got hired to the end. Some students came in like a month before I left or 6 months. So it was really fun seeing their progress and having their parents come back to me and be like, holy crap, like they're growing. And then I also had like teachers come up to me being like, I've never seen a teacher interact with their students like you do. Like, you're awesome and they love you. And I was like, yes.
Were there other teachers in that same kind of age demographic as you there?
Yeah. So a lot of like college students are teaching like guitar and voice and stuff like that.
Okay.
But you also get like the higher up. So you get like level 1, 2, or 3, I think, on how they do their, I don't really remember.
Yeah, like how advanced you are in this skill.
Yeah, it was like beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So yeah.
Is it common for teachers or music teachers to like have their own music? Like how you have all of your own music?
While I was there,
to give you that credibility?
I think a lot of them are in like bands. Like a lot of the guitarists and like drummers are all in like their own little bands.
Sure.
But I'm not 1,000% sure on if anyone else was releasing their own music.
So you can really bring a lot of insight to like more beyond just the song.
Definitely different information.
I definitely wrote a few songs with students, and it was really fun from like age like 6 to like 18. I did write some songs with people, and that was really fun.
That's cute. I bet they'll remember that like forever.
Yeah. I have the papers still, like them writing it out, and it's so cute because I made them come up with the lyrics, and I'd help them with like not harmonies, melodies. And I would be like, okay, I'll do the melodies and I'll do the chord progression, but you need to come up with the words because the words are the hardest part. So it was really cute.
That's really, really fun.
I think that's a cool thing to teach because even when we started those garage door concerts that you did, a lot of the people that reached out wanted to do covers because they just didn't have originals. And it was surprising how many people had really good voices and would have been great to hear from, but they just like didn't have songs. And when we asked about if you could write one, they were like, whoa, no. Like,
that's scary. No, sharing your original music is like such a vulnerable thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like most people write about like super deep things. And so it's like, yep, I'm actually going to share my deepest, darkest secrets with you.
And sing it to you.
And share it with the whole world and be like, please stream my song. This is my lifestyle. Yes, please. Please pay my rent with my trauma in a song.
And then if it does work, you're like, great, now I got to keep talking about
this.
It's
like, and people are going to ask questions. Yeah. So, I mean, like, even if I write a song about a boy, they're like, oh, which boy is it? People like guess that know me. And I'm like, guys, it's hypothetical.
Right?
I guess. But yeah, I think that's probably why people are so scared to write original music because it's like so vulnerable and like people are like, oh, it's not good. They're so down on themselves, and
probably
it's like,
won't be at first, but
yeah. I mean, the
just
songs I wrote when I was like 11, it's like, what were you talking about? And I mean, one thing that I love about writing music is that you get to collab with a bunch of songwriters. You can have 6 songwriters in a room and come out with an amazing song. You can have one writer with you in the room and come out with such an amazing song. And it's so fun to be able to have that networking and opportunity to just like throw ideas off of each other. And so for anyone wanting to write music, be sure to get in the room with a different songwriter. Like get in the room with multiple songwriters. Just link up with a friend. Like always bounce your ideas off of multiple people because that's where you'll come out with the best product instead of just like keeping it to yourself and being like, I'm so scared to share. Cause I've been in that position. Like I'm too scared to share my song. So I'm just going to keep it to myself.
Yeah. And that sounds like that makes sense because if you're wanting to like launch this for people to see, you'd kind of want to soft launch it with your friends low key and make sure like things aren't
like
bad.
Send it to your mom and be like, is this
so
good?
Like have your friends helping with you and collaborating like, duh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have you been doing a lot of that in the last year? So what else have you been doing?
So, I mean, I travel to Nashville about every other month and I go and I write. So I was there about a month ago and I wrote 4 songs while I was there. And I'm just doing the same thing.
Is it the same people that you meet with each time?
Yeah, sometimes I get with new writers, but producers I switch around. Like I'm trying to figure out my style.
He's like literally mixing the music. And
he
all
is
of
quite
that.
literally making the track, and then I'm in there writing with people. And I mean, going around with a ton of people is so fun, like including in Nashville, because everyone there is just so talented. It's like a utopia of just like pure musical talent, and it's so awesome. And I mean, it's not all country music. Everyone thinks that Nashville is country, but I mean, all the major pop artists are there right now recording their pop music, and it's actually so fun to think about. Because of course, when you go on Broadway, it's like, oh, country music, you let me go in the dark, like every single bar. But once you're actually in the studios, like a lot of major pop artists are recording there. Like it's really fun.
So you have a lot of options to choose from when you go.
Yeah.
Just be
Like
picking
people
different
have
producers.
more skills than just country music in Nashville.
And I mean, LA is a similar city, but I love Nashville because it's more, I feel like it's more homey to me. The people are super sweet there. In LA, it's a little scarier.
I've never been to Nashville. Yeah.
You've never been to Nashville?
I haven't.
We should
We've
go.
had people tell us that we need to go to Nashville.
No, you guys could like do like a whole like package deal for artists. If you keep it like super cheap, you could
Go
actually
shoot some
get
music
a
videos
ton.
or something.
That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah,
We've been
I
talking
would take
about
you.
that lately. We should totally plan a trip.
I would take you.
We should
And
plan a trip.
I would get you, I could get you a bunch of artists. That'd be fun.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
it.
We'll
Let's
just
do
be
have
your
to keep it,
paparazzi
like-
for a trip, and then we'll do some other work while we're there.
Yeah. Yeah, just be like, oh my gosh, Paige.
Oh my God, Paige.
From Idaho Falls. No, that'd be so funny. But yeah, no, if you keep it like affordable, I bet we could actually like get you a ton of artists, and then it would just like add up.
That would be really cool.
That'd be really fun.
Yeah.
But I bet that's cool being around like all these people that are on your same wavelength that can like elevate your music and see your vision.
I think that's mainly why I've always like, I want to move to Nashville so bad. I was telling everyone I'm moving this summer, and then I got a boyfriend, and
Life.
I like my boyfriend. And so then it
Make
was
him
like,
move. He can move.
I was like looking at the rent, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't want to have a 9 to 5
Yeah.
while I'm trying to also do gigs. Like,
It's
I
just
mean,
not
yes, have that
possible.
grind.
Yeah.
But I'm like trying to set myself up here because thankfully social media has opened up so many doors that I'm able to reach out to people, and then I can just fly.
100%.
Right.
And so, I mean, moving to Nashville is one of my biggest dreams, because then I would just live around people that do what I do. And then I wouldn't have to be so self-motivated and like so like timid and scared to do what I want to do, like film that
Sure.
content, post whenever I want, because not everyone around me would be like, oh, that's cringy. No, they'd be like, oh yeah, that's funny. Like,
Yeah.
get that.
It's like 50-50 on that though, because it's like you can totally film content here too.
Oh, you can.
Like, it's
and
like
I
who
love it.
cares what people are thinking?
I know.
Because people are judgy as hell.
They
So,
are.
like,
Yeah.
So
that's just
mean.
like how it's gonna be. So,
Yeah.
but we were at, when we did the stuff at the fair.
That was so
no
funny.
one was like batting an eye though at us. Like everyone
Really?
was, yeah, everyone was
I got so
fine.
many people sending me videos of myself.
No way. While we
All-
were there doing
on
that.
my Snap, yeah, I opened it up and it was like people
But
I
that's
like
good.
rarely ever
That's-
talk to, and they're like, Paige, what are you doing? And I'm like, content.
Yeah.
And I got
That's
like DMs
awesome,
from people
though.
being like, I saw you at the fair.
No, I
was
think,
like,
I
I
think
know
people
you
are
did.
coming around to it,
I think they are too.
like around
They
this
just
area.
have to be hip.
Yeah. You got to be hip. We're different, not like other people.
Yeah.
We film content at the fair. We should do that again this year. That was
We definitely
fun.
will have to. For sure.
Yeah. But I mean, I just would love to be around people
But
doing it
sure.
and like collaborating. It's so easy.
There's so much more opportunity
There
there.
There is.
Yeah.
Like, I just had a
Yeah.
bunch of my friends
Totally.
like move in together, and my friends were like, holy crap, why did all these worlds just collide? But they all just moved in together. Like, one of them's from LA, one of them lives in Nashville, the other one came from Utah, and they're all just like very popular content creators.
Yeah.
And then they all moved in together, and everyone was like, yo, why did everyone just move in together?
Yeah.
So, I mean, people do notice when you collaborate with people.
Sure.
And I'm really hoping to be able to get into that field more, but I'm definitely wanting to just travel there because rent is insane. Like, I was just gonna rent a room from my friend, and she lives in like one of those, it's like,
Like
a
a
tiny
studio?
house. I don't know. And one of the rooms, she was like, yeah, you could just pay like $1,000 a month for one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Like, what are you paying? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Because
And
I
then-
would just be so insecure.
And then
in my
that's just
finances.
your living. Like the cost of life there, everything is more. So
It's
it's
so
one of those
expensive.
things where, yeah, you like, it's nice to be near there, but if you don't have the right situation or the right job to afford that lifestyle, like it can kind of take away from your
Yeah.
life trying to create more. And, like,
And that's another
Yeah.
thing that I was really worried about. I was like, if I move there, I don't want to just be singing on Broadway. I don't want to just be like doing this, trying to make ends meet barely. Like, I want to be able to
Yeah.
thrive and do what I want. And so that's why I'm really thinking about just staying here for the time being, because I have you guys
yeah.
and I have my family here to support me. I
Sure.
don't have to pay rent.
Exactly.
I have my cats and I'm happy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then I can just travel to wherever I need to go.
100%.
And you can
We-
still
it's been
show
really
that
nice.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
If people want to see
Yeah.
it, then you can go on more trips.
You can
and
just
I know.
make it a business trip.
No, literally write it off. I'm learning about taxes. That's what's happened in the last year. I'm 18 and I have to pay for things now.
Yeah.
Medical bills, not my favorite.
What's so important or like cool about, I guess things have changed since COVID and whatnot with living in Idaho Falls, is that it's so cheap to live here. So cheap to live here.
It's really not though.
Not anymore. Not as much anymore.
It's so expensive.
With free rent now it is. But if you don't have free rent, prices have gone up.
It's
because
definitely
then like when we moved here as a child, we lived in like busier areas.
Yeah.
Where we like couldn't go on vacations because we were, rent was so expensive. And so then we were able to move here and then we could actually like go on a vacation here or there.
Yeah. But now everything is like going up in price here. I'm literally looking at buying a house and I'm like, whoa,
the price
it's cheaper. It's honestly cheaper for me to just put a little money up front and then pay a mortgage instead of paying rent.
Totally.
It absolutely is.
100%.
At 100% interest.
Well,
like I literally am
just go get yourself an FHA loan.
FHA loan.
Home buyers loan.
3.5% down.
That's what we did for in Hawaii when we got our house. We did a FHA loan. And it was great.
Yeah. No,
With the
literally
sob story, because apparently there were people trying to pay all cash. But we gave the realtor. I mean, they could have lied to us.
Yeah, who knows?
They were like, write a letter, give a picture of your family, and
which I've heard now is actually really controversial
to them.
But it got you a house.
But it got us a home.
That's
but
all
yeah,
that
it
matters.
was crazy because once you do that, you're like, I'm paying less than I was in rent, and I'm
Literally,
actually paying this
though.
back to myself.
Yes, and it's like not just going into a void of who knows what. Like
it's almost
going
like
to
your
cater to
piggy
you.
bank, almost
Like
it's like your savings account in another way.
People always say two things, like you might incur costs like fixing the roof or repaving a driveway, like those things add up. But like, I mean, I think in hindsight, like you still, the asset you get from having a home.
You get to own it. It is yours.
And the peace of mind. Like you have a place that's yours. Like,
your rent's
as long
not
as you
randomly
keep
going to go up.
paying.
You're not being harassed. I cannot with that. Yeah.
It's so scary. And so, I mean,
It's a good feeling.
Stability. I guess just more.
Yeah.
If you can pay the bills.
Adulting.
Stability.
I need to feel stable in my own home. This is rare.
But no, you're so right. It's crazy how many people pay rent when they. I mean, it's like
Could be
us
just
here
as
at this
much.
place that we're paying rent for this place. Where I'm like, the mortgage, if we could
buy a
just find the
place.
land, it's like we'd be paying less in mortgage for these 2 units, and it's just. It does suck once you realize it.
Yeah.
Once you're aware, you're like, holy shit.
I know. I'm like, I want to turn into the person that is like getting the rent instead of that.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, if I buy a house now, then I can just continually like take the money from that house. We'll put it into another one. And then I just build a little real estate portfolio.
Yeah.
There you go.
And it's a little side hustle. Very
Perfect.
expensive side hustle. But
Once
one
you get
day.
into it, I think it's like the expensive first getting into it.
It's
and
definitely just draining you at first. And then it's like
Yeah.
We had
passive
so
income
much
after
fun
that.
with it though, like remodeling it. It's so fun.
Yeah,
Redoing a home
we
to
had
like
fun.
your liking.
Yeah.
It's just so fun.
That's one of my favorite things to do. Like watching my mom be a real estate agent and my stepdad be a general contractor. Like they do that. They go in together and they redo homes and then they sell them or they keep them as investment properties. And I mean, that's something I've always
really
wanted to
fun.
do since I was little because it's like, I want to make old things cute again.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, not everything needs to be the agreeable gray, like all the houses being
For
built
sure.
right now. Like I love the character. And so that's something I've always wanted to do.
It'd be
That'd
fun.
be really, really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be, so that's a long-term goal.
Long-term. Yeah.
Long-term goal.
And you're
So
handy. You could do some of that stuff. Yeah.
That's a key thing actually, is you need to be able to use a drill.
She knows what she wants.
She can point.
Do that.
Well, she's not.
This is the Pinterest idea. You can do that.
Inspo board.
Yeah.
No, those
Don't
are
even
good-
give me paint. I can't even paint.
Those are good goals to have.
Yeah. Goals. Key point,
So-
getting there.
Yeah.
Have you
Well, that's,
been?
I mean, what, you're like 21? Right
I'm
now?
18.
She's not even,
I thought you were older. I thought you were like at least 20.
No, when
No.
we did our
18?
first podcast with her, she was like 16.
I
I'm
was
just like, you're-
17.
That's crazy. I thought you were like at least 20 or something. What?
No.
You're
No.
18?
Barely
Dang,
barely
girl.
out of the
These
fam.
babies
Good for you.
these
You're
days,
hustling.
man.
That's crazy.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it some days.
What?
No,
Yeah.
you
Wow.
definitely are. Everyone's on their own journey, but like
You're
you're hustling.
ahead.
Hustling.
Thinking
Yeah.
about buying a house at 18. What was
I'd
it?
rather do that than pay rent.
No, it's
Sure.
I'm a hater of rent. Till the day I die.
good for you.
No, it's good. It's like good to find those people with like their head on their shoulders a little bit. It sounds bad. So when we would be in Hawaii, we were very like focused on saving money and we wanted to buy a house and we were just very money conscious with those things. And we would have coworkers that were like regularly going out and like partying and like in Hawaii that adds up. Like the bars would
Right,
be
so
like
much.
at least $100, and then the Ubers at least $100
Yeah.
because it's crazy expensive there.
Mhm.
And I'm like, how are you doing this every weekend? I can't afford that.
No.
And so they would almost look at us though, like we were the crazy people. Where I'm like, I'm saving my money. Like I'm
I
literally
have to
saving
buy
for
a
a home.
refrigerator.
And I'm like telling them that. I'm like, I'm trying to save for a fridge. And they're like,
Mhm.
okay, you're just not hanging out with us. I'm like,
No.
you are crazy.
Yeah,
You're
I mean,
crazy.
I've been pretty independent since I was little.
Sure.
With
Yep.
divorced parents, I mean, going back and forth, I've had to learn how to be like, okay, I have to
Yep.
just do it on my own.
Mhm.
And I mean, I pay for my own car. I paid for my own phone. Like I do all this. And just ever since I was little, I've always been like, I want to be by myself.
Mhm.
And so now that I'm 18, I'm like, yo, this is
I can-
actually hard.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is
I don't
a
want to
lot.
adult anymore. Parents take me back.
I know, right?
Literally though.
But
Yeah.
it's fun. I mean, being Miss Independent, but
Mhm.
being on that grind, keeping your head on straight, that's so real because it's like everyone around me is like just like still in their like party phase. Like watching my friends go off to college, I'm like, well, I want to do that. Like
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
have no cares in the world besides
Mhm.
school, but I hated school, so I'm happy doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I mean,
There's just
You
it's,
definitely have to know yourself. Knowing
Yeah.
yourself makes settling with those decisions
really does.
easier.
but then in the other end, it's almost like you're making a good decision because you know what you want.
yeah.
Where I was gonna say the opposite end, where it's like we went to school, we got our degrees, and like we kind of like didn't really know too much what we wanted then. And like a lot of people with us really didn't know what they wanted. And they
Yeah.
just went into so much debt
I
from
know,
like
for
college
no reason.
and failed classes.
Yeah.
And like low key, even if I could go back to college again, it'd be a whole nother experience
Mhm.
because I just wasn't in that same mindset of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So it's just, knowing where you're at.
Yeah. And everyone always asks me like, oh, are you going to go to college? And I'm like, no, not
If you ever
right
need
now.
to,
I mean, I'm
but-
like, I don't want to put my money towards something that I might not use. And so as
Mhm.
someone who comes from a family, like my dad and my stepmom are both teachers. And then my mom and my,
So they had to go to school and like.
yeah, my dad has his bachelor's
Mhm.
or I think he has his doctorate. I don't know.
Yeah, he's
he
got
went to
something.
college for something.
Mhm.
And I mean, then my mom didn't go to college. She's a real estate agent. And then my stepdad didn't go to college.
Mhm.
I mean, he was going to be a D1 athlete, but he dropped out because he didn't love it.
Sure.
Mhm.
And I mean, watching these two different lifestyles, it's like both are successful, but it's like
Different
you
paths.
don't need college.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer, and I know a lot of people, that's a very controversial thing to say, and including coming from
Not
a girl
now.
who just like left high school, graduated early, and was like, peace out, guys. I'm done. I'm going to go pursue music.
Yeah.
As somebody who's like watched people like grow under that, like you don't need college.
No.
And I feel like
And that's
don't go into
important.
debt over, I don't want to go into debt over a music degree that's just going
Yeah.
to teach me something that I've learned through
100%.
experience.
So
So, like,
if you need to be a doctor,
Go to college.
You got to go to school.
You got to go to school, hun.
for
Yeah.
Don't
like,
stab me with a needle.
if
with
you're
that.
like art, maybe you don't need to spend
You
all the
don't
money.
need to- yeah.
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 Go to YouTube University.
And I
don't know,
also
there's
feel
other
like-
courses
Go
to
travel the
take.
world
Literally,
and see,
Yeah,
see
go
art.
to Italy.
Yeah. Go spend that money other places.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, I feel like also people fall back on it.
Yeah.
I feel like people fall back on it as like a little bit of like just to be stable.
Sure.
Because you have these high school students coming straight out of high school and they're like, well, I don't know what I want to do. So I'm just going to
It's
go to
just the steps.
college.
That was kind
Yeah.
of what I did.
That-
Yeah,
for sure.
like,
I feel like
that's
it's
what
just
you
like
do.
what
Yeah.
we look at in our life and we're like, oh, okay, this is like what you're supposed to do. So like as somebody who was like her sophomore year, everything blew up and it was like, actually, the school can't have you because your attendance is too bad. And I was like, school never interested me.
And it's almost not, but like where the system kind of pushed you away too.
Yeah.
Where you're like, well, okay, you're just saying don't come to school then. I'm not going to come to school.
Okay. Like I'll
Like-
just finish up and be done.
Yeah. Like it wasn't like they were like, come back to school.
They weren't
Yeah.
accommodating
Yeah.
you. Or, yeah.
But I know a lot of musicians that are at Belmont right now and they're getting phenomenal opportunities. So it's like, it's a give and take.
Mhm.
And so, I mean, maybe one day I'll regret not having that experience. I feel like I'm just going
You
with
have
whatever.
other cool experiences that
do,
are really
yeah.
big and different.
The only ones I think are relevant for anyone is just like business classes.
Mhm.
Like regardless of
Totally.
what you want to go into, like at
Mhm.
least take the business
Yeah.
classes if you were going to do it. Because then it kind of relates to anything.
It
People
really
don't
does.
realize what
If
they
you were
don't
going to
know.
like pick something. Yeah.
It was very eye-opening. I remember those first marketing classes because that's our major is marketing.
Mhm.
It was like, whoa, like this is low-key all like psychology mental tricks on
learning
everyone
how
of
to
like with visuals and smells and all of these things. It's just very interesting.
Which that's something I would be interested in looking at. But as of right now, there's nothing music wise that I'm like, yeah, I want to go to college for that.
That you would like need it for.
Yeah. Like guitar in college is crazy hard. Wouldn't catch me
guitar in college.
Like what's it going to get you?
I know. Like what?
Yeah.
I don't want to be a guitarist.
Goal.
Yeah. Which is really rough. But I feel like a lot of people do enjoy their musical journeys in college. But for me right now, it's just not something I'm interested in. And so I just keep pursuing my own little thing, and it seems to be working out nice right now.
Yeah. So you said you've been going to Nashville like every other month or so. What are you doing? Have you made songs?
Yeah. So the last time I went, I made 4. I mean, I have about 11 unreleased songs right now that I'm just holding on to that I need to get out slowly.
So what's like, what are you waiting for? What's happening?
So right now you have to, so basically we go in, we write the song, we get a demo of the song. And then after that you get final vocals. And then after that, the producer will like kind of like fix up the track, kind of do what you want to do. And he'll keep sending you bounces back and forth of being like, do you like this? And then I'll go through and I'll do a lot of notes. And I'll be like, no, I actually hate a lot of that. And then he'll be like, okay, we'll fix it. And so it's
does it change a lot in those revisions?
Yeah, I'll have to show you guys like a demo up front and then the final product.
Because you have sent me some of the before and then I've played it and you're like, whoa, what are you playing right now? Yeah. And it was definitely a little bit like different.
Way different. Yeah. So it's fun to see how it can just evolve over time. Sometimes I look back on the demo and I'll be like, oh, I like the demo more. But then it's like, okay, well, let's go back to the demo. Yeah. Go back to our roots and then we work forward again. And it's so fun because it's like my little art project.
It is.
And then after that, project. I get to text you guys and be like, this is like what I'm seeing for the song. And then I get to put visuals on it. And I'm like, okay, now what do I want to do for promotion? And like, how can I get it out there? And then I have to like pitch my song to like playlists and stuff for that to get streams. And it's
for what is that? What are you talking about?
So like I go through DistroKid. And so I send it in and I can like pitch my songs to like playlisters. So to get on like the playlist that get it into new people's
interesting. So like
apps.
The little
like Release Radar, New Music Friday, stuff like that.
Those are really hard to get on because majority of people that get on those
who makes that playlist.
Yeah. I mean, the people that make like the big like Release Radar ones are Spotify. So a lot of artists will go in and like pitch to Spotify. Like they'll go into their
literally
building.
Go in and pitch.
And a lot
of
people have like labels that will schedule those meetings. So it's really hard to get in there as an independent artist. But
interesting. Can we be a label? How do we make ourselves be a label?
I know, right?
I know. I'm trying to think. You need the connections. I'm like...
It's like, who's the girl that sings Messy?
Lola Young.
Like, did she have a label? Because she just kind of came
pretty
up.
I think she got dropped from her label and then this one song blew up. That happens so often.
That's crazy.
One Republic, that happened to him. The label dropped him and then all of a sudden they released...
One Republic?
They got dropped from their label.
That's funny.
And then as soon as I think they released Counting Stars.
Okay.
And they just skyrocketed. Chapel Roan.
Yeah,
so
right. She got dropped.
She got dropped and then all of a sudden it picked back up. But I think they get signed to labels like right as they're like picking up. They can't stay independent for too long because that's like so much to handle. The Thingy is doing that.
Oh, it's
We're officially there at
Thank you.
30 minutes.
I guess while she's doing that, speaking of music, what are you listening to right now? What are you into?
Currently, I've literally just been trying to find new music to listen to.
Right? I feel like a good wave came out and then it just like is slowing down right now.
And I'm not loving where like the trends are going with like looping everything and just like going back to like where it's like the same melody over and over and over again. Cause it's like, again, that like that addictive stuff. It's like, okay, everyone will love this, but I'm like, I want to hear something like more creative. So that's why I love like Chapel Roan. But even though she has like broken that barrier again, I feel like she's probably gonna fall back into the pattern again.
Well, did you hear the one that she just released? It's
the
like
Giver. It's like country. I know. I'm performing it tonight at my gig. Yeah, I learned it.
That's so funny. You're performing it tonight?
Yeah, I made my guitarist learn it because I was like, we need to do more Chapel Roan. And I'm like, everyone will think
maybe
this
I
is
need to give it more of a
chance.
You
could sing Chapel
That's what I thought when I said that. I was like, this literally sounds like Shania Twain. Yeah. That's so funny. I was like, I'm getting like kind of Dixie Chicks vibes.
Perfect for you to sing.
I know, right at a bar. I'm singing at a bar.
Is that a bar?
Yeah.
That'll
so
be
I think
really
it'll
fun.
be perfect.
Yeah. Chapel Roan.
Yeah, but I'll be like, it's Shania Twain, guys. I swear. What do you mean? Yeah.
So have you noticed any shifts in the industry in the last year that's kind of affected?
I mean, definitely with social media, everyone is doing music now. That's how it feels. Right. It's like everyone is trying to go into the music field. Even all these influencers are like they cannot sing, but they're like,
I've seen a handful and I'm like,
I know, and I'm like,
so
please
cringing.
stop.
Yeah.
But the thing is they're getting streams. So it's like, you don't even have to be good to get into music anymore. And it sucks because it's like, people don't know, like, they don't know how to spot like a good singer versus like, bro, auto-tune is carrying
Well, they're
going to
realize
right
once they have to perform live.
Yeah.
Because then they'll be revealed with how bad it is.
I mean, they can do backtracks, but still, it's like, it's not the same.
Yeah, most people don't perform live if they sing. Yeah. Unfortunately. And I mean, a lot of people, they cannot tell. Like when people aren't performing live, when they're lip syncing, a lot of people can't tell. Or they'll have like your voice like really turned down, but it'll still be there. So then your mouth still matches up with everything that's going on. But I mean, just watching it like kind of just like take away the art from the music scene is like really sad.
It's more just the competition of it now.
Yeah,
like
it's like
with the visuals.
Oh, this is another way for me to make money. And it's like, no, for some people, this is their life. Like, I mean, it's like, it's their craft. And people that just kind of jump in and do that, it like kind of takes away from that.
Does it seem like more competition at the entry level and like less up top? Or do you think it's just making it harder? Like,
I mean,
there's a lot
to
of
get
noise.
to the top.
Yeah, it's just there's so many people, and I think the only people that are like actually going, like the entry level people that are going viral on social media, like at that point you have to compete with like the really, really like bad ones that are like almost jokes. Have you seen like the ones that go viral? Yeah, so like they'll get like 900 likes, but then there's like 14,000 shares, and that's really what you're competing with because it's like,
because you're like, look at this.
I know it's like, oh, this is rough, but I mean, everyone is trying to jump in the music scene, and I mean, I respect the hustle.
Yeah,
like most of it are better about posting content than me, and so it's like, I can't be talking crap because it's like I'm not doing any better than them. But I mean, it is kind of sad to watch it slowly deteriorate into being like everyone does it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like stay in your lane. Come on, guys.
Like I do music.
Yeah.
I guess that makes it even more rewarding though when you do make it through and like get a song that takes off.
Yeah.
It breaks through the noise.
I'm really hoping that this next year I have a lot of songs lined up that I'm hoping that things will go really well. I'll be able to get more playlists, more views on TikTok. TikTok has been my op. It banned me again right after they banned TikTok. It banned me again and it like takes away a bunch of features from me. So I've honestly thought about just getting rid of that account. Minor safety. I'm not even a minor, but I mean, I'm verified on there. I'm verified on everything and it'll just ban me for like comments that other people comment.
That's annoying.
That's so
like,
weird.
I mean, it's so weird. And so it just takes away like so much from like my personal motivation to be able to post because it's like,
it's like a lot of people with their jobs now, how they just complain about social media being another job. And they're like, I can't just do the job I wanted to do.
No, literally.
I wanted to just be a dentist. I didn't want to be a dentist doing social media. Like, you know,
but
like
that is the way you compete.
There's just no
That's
choice.
the only way to get out right now is just try and be on that. You have to just be you have to be better at social media than the other person.
Right. Just accept it and
making good videos, being a good performer.
Yeah.
But I do think time will tell. Like the good people, the auto-tune people, they don't last. Like there's so many people that pop up on my release radar who are like that, the one-hit wonders. Yeah. And then they're gone. But the classics, like they always come back and I save those to my playlist. Like those classics, like they stick with you.
That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah. I'm hoping that the long run will be my best friend instead of just like that immediate satisfaction.
Totally.
Yeah.
Even though I'm big on immediate satisfaction. It's like, oh, I see something. Oh, I need that now.
God, right though.
Yeah. Which is like my downfall right there. It's like, no, I need it now.
And then you fixate on it.
Yeah. But then it's like, okay, maybe that'll make me work a little bit harder. And then it's like, no, actually I get really discouraged.
Right? You try to justify all the reasons you need it right then and there.
Yeah.
You're like, this would make my life so much better. I'm dumb to not do it.
And then the universe is like, actually, no, you're not going to get it for a long time. And it's like, okay, fine. I'll just keep that steady little pace that it's like, if I just keep walking through every door that's open for me, it's like something is bound to happen. If I keep working as hard as I can, which some days I don't work as hard as I possibly can, something is bound to happen.
Yeah.
So I just keep working, keep pushing. And I mean, motivation's hard to keep up. I'm not going to lie and say, I'm so motivated.
It is.
I film content all the time. I'm so good about it. It's like, no, some days I just sit and I stare and I'm like,
what is life?
What do I do?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. And I envy those people that are able to even push through those hard days because as somebody who sometimes can't, it's like,
I can't.
I'm trying my best here, guys.
Yeah, 100%.
Hard too when you're doing your own thing.
It really
like you don't have a
is.
team really. I mean,
And I mean, I'm just barely getting used to like going into my own group, paying for everything. I never knew life was so expensive and I don't even want to know what it's like with rent. But I mean, like figuring out who I am as a person and like actually being able to do everything that I want now, it's like, okay, this is a big learning point for me and I'm taking advantage of it, but also like trying to be as good about it as I can, keeping my head on straight, like you said earlier, and like just trying to be as mature as I possibly can and not be like, I need it now or else I'm going to give up.
Yeah.
No, you can't give up. This has been your whole life. Don't do that.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's pretty
baby
hard keeping
steps.
up.
Baby steps. What was it? You always say that one statement where it's like you underestimate how much you can do in a year.
Overestimate how much you can do in a year and underestimate how much you can do in 10.
Yeah.
Because people just get those.
Because it's like as long as you're constantly doing those baby steps, like
Yeah.
you'll get
get
there.
where you're going.
You're going to get there.
Yeah. So that's the goal right now.
Yeah.
It's just being patient with myself and the process.
So this year we're releasing a lot of songs,
Lots of
and making a
music.
lot of content.
It's exciting.
Yes.
Great.
I need to call you guys.
I know.
And get
So we
everything
have
set
to
up.
plan. I've been itching. I've been texting you about a creative shoot,
We need to do a creative shoot.
and I really want to do one.
Yeah, I want to do I want to do a few music videos this year. So
yeah. Let's
Yeah.
do
we'll
it.
have to
We're ready.
chit-chat.
Yeah.
It's a lot of songs though. 11, and you're going to release all 11 this year? Or
I
just
don't know.
feel
I'm
it out?
debating on doing an EP or an album.
Mm-hmm.
An album I feel
Can they
like
all
might
work
be a
as an
little
album?
wasteful. That's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, I don't know if they'll all fit together. So I'm thinking about an EP being released on my birthday because I tend to do that. I always release a song on my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So I might as well
It's a
just
gift
keep
for
it
everyone
going.
else.
I
How
know,
nice
it's
of
like-
you.
Happy birthday to
Yeah.
me and you. But I'm hoping to get that out. I think I might do an EP now that I'm actually speaking out loud.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I'm going to go back to Nashville April, actually at the end of this month. And then I'm going back in June
Okay.
and I'm going to get about 6 more songs.
Oh my goodness.
From that. So,
Are you gonna stick with the same style, or are you gonna be doing different?
I mean,
things,
I've been
or-
doing, my next one I'm releasing on April 12th, that's more like pop and like happy,
Mhm.
which I've been struggling with because I'm like, this is not what I'm used to,
You've
guys.
been giving us the emotion.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm pissed off,
Yeah.
I'm sad, but now it's like, oh, I'm actually happy for once.
I'm over it
Hey,
now.
I have a
guys.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
I'm
I have a
happy.
boyfriend. And so
You're in
it's
your
like,
glow up now.
I know, and it's like I don't know how to market that because it's something new, and so I've like just been looking at Pinterest. And I'm like, I don't like any of this, so I'm trying to figure out like what I can
I
do.
have
that's-
some other ideas that I was
You do?
thinking about. the
Okay.
Do you
other
ever
day,
do
so we'll have to talk
collabs?
later about
Like,
it.
because being in Nashville to other people,
Yeah.
do you ever try to like get other
Yeah,
popular
I
names?
want to do more
to.
collabs.
How does that work?
Ian Tongi. I want Ian to do one with you so
Yeah. I
bad.
I love
I
Iam.
literally want to hear an amazing reggae song with Iam and you. 'Cause I
That'd be
just
so
hear like
fun.
an amazing Anuhea like vocals, and I think you can totally pull
You
that
could nail
off.
on her
And you
yeah.
need to do it with Iam. So
That would be so
I'm
fun.
putting that out there.
Universe, please.
Ian,
Iam.
write the song. Just write Paige's part for her.
and just send it to her, and she will sing it.
And I'll just
then
record it
we'll
here.
fly to Hawaii, and we'll make a really pretty
Yes.
video.
I want to go back to Hawaii so bad.
Yeah, me too. I, really
I haven't
wanna
been
go
there
back.
since
Well,
Idol.
give us a
filmed there.
reason. Write a song.
Yes.
Iam? Okay, anywho.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anywho,
that's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
yeah.
But yeah, collaborations. That's a fun idea.
Yeah, I really want to get out there and do like a collab song, do all this, but it's hard finding people that it's like,
Is it worth paying anyone?
yeah, well,
Like, what if you paid someone?
there's no one that I like right now that I'm
Yeah.
like,
Well,
oh,
actually,
I really want him on my
Seth,
song.
I mean, Kid Finesse just
Kid
needs to
Finesse.
release his song
I know
that
I
you
didn't
guys
know.
sang. That one was really good too.
Yeah.
I know. I haven't heard the
Even
whole
just
version
like a piece
yet.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
They just need to at least release that little
yeah.
one.
He hasn't posted anything, so
He
I'm
hasn't.
like, okay, he's grinding out in LA.
He
though.
is. He's doing
Proud
a
of
bunch
him.
of things right now.
He's doing so good, but. Yeah, I mean, I'm wanting to like get out there, but it's hard finding people that are my same style, have the same vision. So it's like the goal of this year is actually to have a collab with a person.
That would be
Maybe
really
two,
cool.
Maybe
maybe
fun.
another girl, maybe a guy. I don't know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that would be really, really cool.
Putting it out in the universe now.
Yeah,
so.
you never know. You'll
Yeah.
never know who. So, do you have any advice for yourself looking back a year ago? What would you tell yourself?
I mean, over the past year, I freshly got my license last February.
Scary.
Like,
Don't drive.
I was out of high school. I literally lived like the time that we did the podcast, I was like at the lowest I've been in a long time. I mean, I was in my basement constantly. Like I didn't do anything but go out and gigs sometimes, but I couldn't even drive myself. I didn't have a job. I wasn't going to school.
Yeah.
So like I was literally just watching Star Wars in my basement constantly. And it was like, I felt so down on myself. I was like, oh, is this what it's going to be like? Like I can't get my license because there was things going on in my family. And I was like, okay, but it was definitely that slow build that it was like just the little things stacked up on each other. I finally felt motivation to do things again once I was able to drive.
The
making more
incremental
content.
growth.
Got my job, and you can slowly just, even if you scroll my social media, you can just slowly see me get happier,
Like
and
a little bit
happier.
more life is coming back into.
It was like, oh, she's coming back, and I mean, still, I mean, watching followers leave after Idol, like it happens every time there's a new season. It's like I lose about 1,000 because it's like, oh, we don't care about her anymore. It's like, okay, every time I post, I lose followers. Like, it's still happening, but now that I'm still working towards what I want and not just sitting and staring at that, it really helps with like the mental side of it all. Like,
it can get really
everything will be
mental
okay.
seeing that.
Yeah,
like
it really does.
Or
And
like
it's
the
like-
following, like the followers.
it's so stupid that these analytics like
It's so stupid.
are my life. Like, it's like I have to watch this and be like, oh, people don't like that, and it's like, no, but I'm gonna post what I like. So I mean, if I were to go back a year ago and talk to myself and be like, things are gonna get better, that's literally it. It's like I was sitting there so down on myself, but it was like everything was out of my control. The only thing I could do was film content in my basement, and that's what I did. I set up a lot of like recording time in the summer, and so like I was setting up a lot of opportunities, but in the moment it just felt like nothing. And so once I was able to do all those opportunities, like you can genuinely see like life just come back. And right now I've been gone like so much that all of my clothes are in my car. And I'm like, a lot of people find stress in that, but I'm like finding a lot of joy in it because it's like, well, I'm going to California at the end of this week.
things.
Like I'm having so much fun. Like I'm leaving town and I'm doing what I love. And so watching that life come back into me, I look back
You like
on
the
it and I'm like,
busyness.
I love to
Like
be
you
busy.
clearly
It's
loved it when you were
validating
an
for you
American
what
Idol.
you're
doing.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. It's very validating to me. And so, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't like it to be
Like
slow.
this is what
I'm the same way. If we have a slow week,
What is
it's
it?
like not a good week.
Yeah.
Like mentally, I'm
there
just
was
like,
a.
what
I
are
was
we
gonna
doing?
paint
All
it
these
on
things
the
going
wall.
wrong.
What was the phrase?
Can't complain about being or can't complain about my plate being full when the goal is to eat.
Yeah.
exactly.
And it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
are like, "Oh, you must love like having a little rest right now," and I'm like,
I'm like, I'm stressed.
like now I'm
hate
thinking
it.
that
I know,
things
like-
are slowing down. I need to like think
like,
of what
I
to do
know it's
now.
like,
and-
oh crap, I need like my summer to be booked out. Like, why is my summer not booking up? But then it's like, okay, then I get a gig, and like my April was completely empty,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
slowly but surely it's filling up, and I'm like, oh,
like you'll celebrate
Yeah.
for 15 minutes about the good thing, and then it's like,
yeah.
now I'm
Okay,
already thinking
now-
of the next
Okay,
thing.
what do
Like,
I have the next weekend? Okay, I gotta pay the bills somehow. Like, yeah, it's hard to like just have a moment to breathe because I don't want to have a moment to breathe. And so
Like you're not trying to make this sprint; it's a marathon. You're trying to be doing this.
You want to
your
be there
career,
now.
you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
You want to be in that industry when you retire. Like, yeah.
that's
Hopefully.
the goal.
Yeah.
To be an icon by the
Yeah.
end of it. That's
Yeah.
what I want.
Well, maybe 2025 will be the
My year.
where
My
we've
year.
got how many more months? 9 more months.
9 more months.
2025.
Have
And
a
I don't
music
even
baby.
know. Time is just.
I don't know.
I've like lost track of time
I
this
can't
year.
believe it's almost April. Actually, that's kind of crazy.
No, winter went by so fast. Like spring
It's
is
been a
coming and
blur.
I'm pumped.
this
Yeah.
whole
We gotta do a lot this summer.
we do.
I'm
lots
so
of
We
excited
have to
for
get
this
lots
summer.
of good, warm outside.
Yes, we
sunshine
gotta fill up
content.
that content.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I'm
that's one
so
thing we
pumped.
always tell our clients. Summertime, it's sunny. We need to film content.
They always reach
Yeah.
out after.
They're like, wait, we've reached out. We're always like, hey, it's
It's-
sunny. Like, there's about to be green grass. We should
Yeah.
go and film your outdoor content because you've been complaining about how we can't do anything unless it's sunny and green grass. And then it passes, and they're like, hey,
I
I
feel
want
like
the green grass.
You can just change that grass in the video,
Yeah.
right? It's green.
You can make
No,
that
that's
brown
not
be
how that
green,
works,
right?
Unfortunately. I mean, I definitely think it's because like people will see like everyone else doing it, but they don't post it until after. And then they're
Exactly.
like, oh
They
my
post it
gosh.
afterwards. They don't realize they're prepping right
I
now.
know.
I
It's
saw
like,
this
no, you
marketing
gotta bake it
calendar
up.
that was like showing when you should have your marketing done for the year. It was crazy. It was like 4 months ahead of everything, basically. That way you could have your rollout of everything ready. Like it was just like I'm so unprepared. Like
I know.
it was
Looking
basically
at
you should
something
have
like that,
your,
I'm always
you
like,
should have your Halloween stuff done in like June. It was
Yeah.
like
We have to film our Halloween film contest video, so maybe you can help us this summer with that.
I can do that. Yeah.
Because
I
we're
mean,
going to try and do it 4 months ahead of schedule.
Like, it was
4
showing-
months ahead of
It
it was showing for
summer.
Valentine's Day. You should have had your stuff ready by November the previous year. Like November before
That's
Christmas,
crazy.
you should have Valentine's Day
Valentine's
prep.
Day.
Just
and
like,
that's like the busiest time of year is holidays.
Yeah. And to
It's
be like
so
already
holiday.
past that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
I was a keynote speaker for BPA
Oh, yeah,
convention,
you
the
just did
Business
that.
Professionals of America.
what? How'd that go?
It went really well.
That's
I've
cool.
never public spoke before, but I mean, they hired me and I was like,
How
So
long?
they just reached out to you to come and speak to a group?
And it was a super fun experience, and it actually is something that I'm like wanting to work on and actually pursue, because it was super fun, like being able to meet all those kids. But some of the questions they'd ask me, they'd be like, so how do you like grow a following on social media? And I was like, well, I could tell you like the scripted answer, or I could tell you the real thing. And he was like, I want the real thing. And I said, you just post what you like. Like, you can post consistently. Yes, that helps. But honestly, at the end of the day, I know so many people that post consistently, and it's like, nothing's happening.
No.
It doesn't matter what hashtags you use. It doesn't matter what you do. You just have to post what you like and hope that it reaches 1 or 2 people that like it, that like, don't already follow you.
Like, you got to find your thing. Then if the world likes it, they'll let you know.
They'll let you know.
And then you can like hone in and fine tune that thing.
Yeah.
But until then, like, just post a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like
it's like, just post what you like, post as much as you can.
And you just can't be embarrassed.
Yeah.
Like that's what always holds people back.
Hard.
It's like, oh, I don't want to post that.
And I mean, including like being a teenager, like including in Idaho Falls where I was like one of the only people doing this. It was like, I was always so in my head about that. It was like, oh, people are going to make fun of me for this. But it's like, bro, you've been getting bullied for this since 8th grade. Like, you're fine.
I bet that is a different dynamic because I didn't have like reels like this. Like Instagram was just invented when I was like a sophomore in high school.
Yeah.
So it was not like how it is now. It was like people would just post photos of their drinks or their shoes, like stupid shit, like, you know, back in the day.
Yeah.
And it's like very different now. And then to have, like now your people at school being like, I saw what you were doing. That is different.
Yeah,
like
it's like everyone is always watching.
Yeah.
It's like,
and talking about it, I'm sure.
And I mean, I've had like when I was in high school, I had people create private stories about me, and it was just like post like screenshotting what I would post and like making fun of me. And it was, like there was like so many things like
people have too much
people
time.
are actually were so awful to me at points.
Too much
time. And it was like,
I
don't know what I don't even know who you are. Like, why are you being so mean to me? Like, it was a group of people, and they like still even post on it to this day, and it's scary.
Grow up and like realize, because I feel like sometimes when you're at that age, you don't realize until
you're older.
Like your literal effects that are happening on other humans, because people aren't like humanizing other people. They don't realize that like they've got their own family and life problems and issues.
Yeah.
That have nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
And now you're just like kind of harassing them. Like you should be like supporting each other.
Yeah.
Like we are all in our own battle.
Yeah.
And I have no reason to be like taking someone else down. And so it's weird that people have to grow. Some don't go through that, but have to grow through that.
I know. And I mean, it's definitely just odd to see like the changes in high school. Cause like in 8th grade, kids were really mean. And then slowly but surely it slowly got smaller. I got a smaller audience on who was like being really mean to me. But then like some people that used to bully me in middle school became some of my closest friends. And it was like, it's definitely odd watching them mature and be like, okay, maybe I should be nice to people, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, even to this day, I still have people that are just awful to me.
Yeah.
And it's like,
that's life.
I have been done with school for a year.
They'll probably be awful for the rest of their lives.
It's like, you're going to be stuck in Idaho Falls the rest of your life. Talking about the little neighbor teenager girl. Like you're going to be that mom and you don't want to be that mom. So it's like so odd to me that people still manage to bully me even though I'm not even in high school.
Yeah, no, it's
people just need something to talk about, I guess.
I guess. I'll give them something to talk about. That's fun. No, I love my haters though. I open my phone every day to like hate comments.
That's the best.
That's so messed up though. It's just like
it's honestly
you're singing.
validating
like,
when I get a hate comment.
Music.
You're like,
what?
Please
what are you hating?
No, but the best part about hate comments is when you get a hate comment, there's going to be a bunch of people under that hate comment defending you.
Shut up.
Yeah, you're
Don't
awful.
you say that. Who would
like,
say that to someone?
Exactly. And it's so like validating to have those like true fans like going and defending you. And it's super nice. Like, I mean, on YouTube, I had a video go viral about a year ago. And even to this day, I wake up every morning, hate comments. Horrible.
That's so funny.
And it's all old people on YouTube Reels. It's really weird.
That's actually so funny.
Right,
we have one that does that
are.
too. And it like, I'm in the video and they say something about that I say. And it's so funny because they're always like, she's so wrong. That's stupid.
That's stupid. It's
but I like think it's the funniest thing ever because I was
know.
like reading a script. So like, I didn't even say that.
Yeah. And it's like so validating, like to have like your like it helps the algorithm really well.
Yeah. Like keep commenting, please. Like respond.
Seriously.
You're like, thank you.
Yeah. That was one of the main things I talked about in my keynote. It's like, love your haters.
Yeah.
they're your best friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'll keep you moving. I love to have that little negative motivation. Like, oh, this person said this. Okay, I'll do it better next time. You know?
Yeah.
You should do start responding to the comments where you like respond and then you do like their video. I always like those when they're like, "You're so stupid. You could never do that," and then it shows like them doing the thing.
I could do it. You know?
You should just start doing those.
I wanted to.
Then that would get a lot of attention. I actually saw someone's video tip about that where they were like, any bad comments, you always pin a really bad one at the top because then people will always go and interact with it and defend you. And then reacting to those bad comments because then they'll also just keep coming back to it.
Yeah, I posted a video. Oh, it was about a month ago. It was to Katy Perry's new song. It was like, hey, it's gonna be okay. And I was like, I wish this song was out when she told me I was gonna be eaten alive at the ripe age of 16 in Hollywood Week. Like it was something like that. And either people were like trolling me, being like, oh, and who are you? And I was like, the girl making this video, I don't know. And I made a bunch of like response videos to those comments and it did really well. Good. I had like that video got like 500,000 views and then the other ones were getting like hundreds of thousands and it was just like the people just keep following the line of videos.
Yeah,
to go
they want to
me.
see what the drama spurred from.
I know, and I was like, I don't get why people are so mad. This is a joke, but I'll take it. And yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, that's really cool.
You gotta take the fame when you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, great. Thank you so much for being on our podcast today.
Of course. Thank you for having me again.
It's great catching up with you and hearing that you're planning on staying around in Idaho Falls more.
Yes. Staying with
I've always been like, is Paige leaving? Because I hadn't heard the update lately if you were going to be going or not.
Right. It's just way too pricey. Yeah. So
good. Got to keep the creative culture alive here.
Yes. That's also what I'm
Because I don't know who else we do other creative stuff with.
Everyone's leaving.
Come back, everyone. Don't leave us.
I'll take you guys to Nashville with me.
But actually, we'll have to talk about that plan. That sounds like a fun idea. Okay, where can people look you up?
On all social media, I'm the Paige Anne. On Instagram, it's the Paige Anne official. But if you just look up Paige Anne on Google, it'll take you to everything. So
Google Paige Anne.
Easy.
Okay, if you made it this far, please like, subscribe, follow. Means a lot to us. Also, don't forget that we're not just podcasters. We're also a production agency here in Idaho Falls, and we do business marketing content. So if you are a local business or entrepreneur, reach out.
Give us a call.
Give us a call.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, bye.
Toodles.